friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to bring you my July TBR. July is a very special month because of multiple reasons, but mainly because it will be my booktube birthday in July. Because on the 1st of July it's my anniversary since I posted my first ever video. So that is very exciting, and of course I want to celebrate that. Because of this I have decided to make this week and the videos surrounding my booktube birthday a bit more special. For this month's TBR I actually asked my subscribers and my followers on Twitter to suggest books for me to read. I wanted to make the TBR a bit more special. I wanted the ones that have supported me to have a say in my reads. I asked for suggestions in 2 of my videos and also over on Twitter, and to be honest I wasn't really that sure at first what I even wanted to do with the suggestions. I just wanted to gather a bunch of suggestions and then just figure out what to do with them. I haven't gotten that many suggestions. I've gotten a few definitely and I'm very thankful for them, but because I haven't received that many comments or recommendations, suggestions, I decided to just please everyone. But of course it is a TBR. I've kind of gotten into doing this randomization sort of thing that I really enjoy. So of course I want to keep that up. For my July TBR I will have 5 books that I will pick out straight away that are from my recommendations to celebrate my 1-year anniversary. But then I will also pick 4 books randomly, of course. Also some extra things happening in July as well. We have the Amber in the Ash Along, which is a read-along dedicated to the Amber in the Ashes series, and I believe we will read the 3rd book in July. I still need to get to the 2nd book, but it's still June, I still have time. And also in July we will have the Olympics-a-thon, or at least the start of the Olympics-a-thon. And if you don't know, the Olympics-a-thon is a readathon hosted by yours truly, by me. I'm gonna be hosting my own readathon in July and August that is completely inspired by the Olympic Games that will be happening this summer and is taking place between the 21st of July until the 8th of August. And I'm so excited about it. There are so many cool prompts in this one and people are already chatting about their TBRs over on the Discord channel and on Twitter, and it's so much fun and I really appreciate the support. I will leave all of the information down below about this readathon as well, so like the announcement, the sign-up sheet, all of that good stuff. I won't really pick my Olympics-a-thon TBR since it is my own readathon. I really do want to do my best and do the most with my reading. I will actually make later on in July a dedicated video to my Olympics-a-thon TBR. Perhaps some of the books that will be picked for me now might still work for the Olympics-a-thon and I might save them until the end of the month in order to fulfill certain prompts for the Olympics-a-thon. So one of the people that shared some book suggestions with me was Jane from the Bookaholic, my dear friend Jane, and she recommended me 3 books. We have Cinder, we have Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me, and also The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I'm not that particularly interested in reading Cinder. I mentioned it in my unpopular opinions book tag. For the sake of this video and for this TBR and this celebration, I would have. But in like the final minute, despite the fact that Jane already had suggested some books, she added The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo to her recommendations. And that one I am definitely very interested in reading. So that's the book I'm gonna pick out of her suggestions. My first book for my July TBR will be The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, completely loved it, and I've only heard amazing things about The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I'm super excited. It's also like this sort of fictional historical sort of story. We're following a old Hollywood star who I believe she's around 70 or 80 years old, and she decides to have this interview where she will expose basically everything about her entire life. I have also ordered this one. I did it previous to getting the suggestion from Jane, but still, like, it's faith. So I have it on the way. I'm excited to read it in July. Another one of my dear friends that recommended me a book was Helen from Helen's Bookhaven. She's the one who hosts the Eurovision-a-thon. She recommended me to read With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo, which is great. because in the Olympics-a-thon I have a fire prompt, which is to read a book with something fire related on the cover. Well, this book literally has the word fire in the title, so that is perfect. I'm actually gonna save this book until the start of the Olympics-a-thon, and then I will pick it up. And I will probably listen to it as an audiobook because I know it's available on Scribd. And this book, I believe it follows a very young mother who isn't even out of high school, and she's basically just trying to make ends meet and figure things out. And also I believe she loves to cook, so there's supposedly a lot of cooking and food stuff in this book. I've read 2 other books by Elizabeth Acevedo before, and they were both written in verse. I believe that this is the first book of hers that is not written in verse. We then have Kevin from Much Ado About Books, my fellow Swedish booktuber friend, who actually recommended me 3 different books, and to be honest, I was very intrigued by all of them. But the one I've decided to go for is Finders Keepers by N.R. Walker. I believe this is a male-male romance where one dude finds a dog, tries to find the owner of the dog, and in that way meets another dude. I think it's like this shorter, sweeter, contemporary gay romance sort of thing, which sounds great for summer. And I'm also picking this one because I know that it will be available to me as an audiobook on Scribd. So thank you so much, Kevin, for your recommendations, and I have added your other suggestions to my TBR as well, and hopefully I can get to them sometime in the future. We then have my friend Veronica, my real life friend. She's the one I do the Disney marathons with. She told me to either read The Book Thief or to start my Percy Jackson journey, because I need to read, I think the book is called The Tower of Nero, in order to fulfill my Goodreads reading challenge. Thanks for trying to be helpful, Veronica. But I think that the book I'm gonna go with is The Book Thief. This is the Swedish translation, and I have borrowed this one from Veronica. The Book Thief, I believe, takes place in like Nazi Germany, and we're following this girl who starts stealing books from like book burning things and stuff like that. So yeah, cool. So the 2 reasons why I'm picking this one out of her 2 suggestions are that, first of all, once I finish reading this one, you can finally get it back. It's been almost a year, or like 9 months at least. And also, I still have no clue how and where to start with Percy Jackson. I'm just postponing it and like procrastinating it a bit. I will get to those books. I will still make my best in order to finish my own challenge, but like, it's a journey, alright? And for the 5th and final book, we have my friend Hannah. She's the friend that did my book haul. I will link it somewhere here, which was so amazing. She told me to read the book I had by Stephen King. And the book I have by Stephen King is Misery. This will also be on my July TBR. Misery is about an author who basically gets kidnapped by his biggest fan, and she was not pleased with how he decided to end his latest novel, so she demands that he writes her a new one and is basically keeping him hostage until he does what she wants him to do. I haven't read that much horror. I haven't read Stephen King before. I've been eyeing this one for such a long time, and I hear that this is one of the better Stephen King books, I think, so I'm actually very excited about finally getting to this one. There we have it. Those are the 5 books that my subscribers told me to read for my July TBR. So I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone that shared any suggestions. I really appreciate it. Just thank you for watching, commenting, and being involved. I really appreciate it. It's quite cool, actually. Randomize my TBR. As you might know at this point, I try to do this by sorting my books, TBRs, whatever, into categories. For this month, I will have 4 different categories. We will have my physical TBR, my Goodreads Want to Read list, my Goodreads reading challenge, and Scribd audiobooks. Those are the 4 categories that I will be picking books from. Let's do this, okay? As always, we're gonna start with the physical TBR. I counted it last night, and I think I have 48 books as my physical TBR. I'm taking these 2 out, so wait, hold up, quick count. $50? $54? I picked up a couple of books from the library today, so I'm gonna add those, because why not? I need to read them. $55? No, wait, no, -2, 55, 53. I think I'm gonna go with 53. I think that's the closest to the accurate number. And I'm excluding these two. So I said that I had 53 books on my physical TBR. I'm gonna pick a number between 1 and 53, and then we're gonna put this on my gimbal and we're gonna go to my shelf and count the books. So I'm starting to record now, and then let's go to the, here we have the random number generator. I'm just gonna do 1 to 53 and 3, 2, 1, put randomize. 41 is gonna be that shelf. Oh no, I'm nervous. It's not gonna be that shelf. So going to my shelf and we're gonna count to 41. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I read these and I read that one, so 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, the small one, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. I have a bad feeling about this. 35, 36, 37, 38. I read these two. These are not in the TBR. 39, 40. This was what I was afraid of. But 40. Well, would you look at that? 41. If I counted wrong somewhere, please let me live. I was this close to getting War and Peace. I think this was correct. If it wasn't, I'm sorry, but like I'm still gonna go with this. Book number 41 was Jolk by Mary H.K. Choi, and this makes me very happy because this is one of my most recent purchases. This is a contemporary novel, I think, about two sisters, perhaps even twins, who were really close when they were young, but then as they were growing up they sort of got separated, and one of the sisters, she gets cancer, and this sort of forces the girls to reconnect and sort of sort out whatever happened with their family and their relationship and stuff like that. It's supposedly really, really good, and I think it's stunning. This yellow cover is so stunning. The hand holding on the pages is the cutest thing ever. This is a really good pick. I'm getting more excited about it by the minute, to be honest. Very happy about this one. Let's now get to my Goodreads want to read list. According to my Goodreads, I have 382 books on my want to read list. That is quite a lot. From 1 to 382. 70. Okay, here we have my Goodreads as per usual, and now let's go to my want to read, and we're gonna sort it like so it's numbered, and the magical number was 70. So let's go with 70. We have some rom-coms, more romance, fantasy. Okay, this will be interesting. White Rage. Interesting, a non-fiction. I believe I added this one and White Fragility last year when it was the Black Lives Matter movement, especially going on during the summer. And these two books were talked about quite a bit. I think it's just good to get some more non-fiction done. The next one I said were for me to do my Goodreads Choice Awards reading challenge. And I have showed you before, I have my life journal where I have made a spread dedicated to the challenge, and here I just put some books that I'm interested in reading from the winners and nominees of last year's Goodreads Choice Awards. Some of them I read already, some of them might show up multiple times because they were nominated in multiple categories. Last night I counted how many I had not read or like completed, and I believe that number was 29. Originally this list was 52. So I'm gonna pick a random number between 1 and 29. 3, 2, 1. 21. Here we have it, my spread for the Goodreads Choice Awards, and the magical number was 21, so we're gonna count the ones that I have not read. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, well I'm currently reading that one, but okay, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, next spread. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, okay, 20, 21. The Jane Austen Society. So the book that was chosen for me from my Goodreads Choice Awards challenge was the Jane Austen Society. We then have one final category to pick a book from, and that is my Scribd audiobooks. The thing is, I go through audiobooks at a very rapid pace. So I'm gonna pick a audiobook from my Scribd, from my saved list, and I'm gonna filter it on audiobooks. And I believe I have 133 books on my audiobook saved list on Scribd, from 1 to 133. Randomize. 132. Well, that's easy enough. And I'm just gonna scroll to the bottom because if the number is 132, well, it means that it's not the last book, but the second to last book, which is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, a counterintuitive approach to living, hold up, to living a good life. It's short, it's 5 hours. Yeah, okay, another non-fiction. I have no fantasy once again. I have 9 books picked for me now. I have 5 books that were suggested to me. 5 books are The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I will read as a physical book. We also have With the Fire on High, which I will save for the Olympics-a-thon to fit the fire prompt. We also have Finders Keepers, which I will also listen to as an audiobook. We have The Book Thief, and then finally Misery. So those are the 5 books that were picked for me by my subscribers. But then I randomized 4 more books. The first book that was picked was Jolk by Mary H.K. Choi, which I'm very happy about because this is a 2021 release. It's a book that I very recently purchased and I've honestly only heard amazing things about this book, which makes me very excited. And then the book that was picked from my Goodreads Want to Read list was White Rage, The Unspoken Truth of Our Racial Divide by Carol Anderson. Then the book that was picked from my Goodreads Choice Awards Reading Challenge was The Jane Austen Society by Natalie Jenner. And then the 4th and final book that was picked for me was The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson, and this was picked from my Scribd audiobooks. It will be a very interesting TBR, and once again, we have a couple of books that I need to fit in. We have the 3rd book in the Ember in the Ashelon. The 3rd book is A Reaper at the Gates. And then also I will have the multiple books I need to read for my Olympics-a-thon. At least I could fit at least one of them into that. On top of this, during the first week of July, I do sort of want to work on a secret TBR. So we're gonna see how that goes. Hopefully, I have a week off in July, which is really cool. It will be summer. I might be able to go outside and read in a park or read on my balcony or in the woods. That would be really fun, or on a beach. So I'm aiming for July to be a great reading month. Once again, thank you to everyone that suggested books for me. Please stay tuned. I have some very exciting videos coming up for July. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please take care and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye!
You gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after or what came before.